Hey, it's great to see you. I want to have you think about Jesus' ministry team for one moment. Think about the people that he did ministry with. Think about the people that he traveled with. Think about the people that heard firsthand about the teachings of the kingdom of heaven. The people who witnessed the amazing miracles and signs and wonders that Jesus performed. And I bet you're thinking about the 12 disciples, right? Peter and Andrew and James and John, Thomas, Simon, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, and Judas, right? We always think about the 12 disciples. However, in Luke chapter 8, verses 1, 2, and 3, we read that Jesus and his team went from village to village, city to city, preaching the good news, and there were a group of women that traveled with him. And we don't know too much about this group of women. We only have 3 names. 3 of them, the 3 were Mary Magdalene, Joanna, and Susanna. But we do know that they financially supported Jesus. And they probably helped out in many other areas as well. But this is a very interesting fact because it's in the Bible. And it's interesting because they wouldn't be able to do the work of the ministry if it wasn't for this group of women who were supporting them. And I think about ministry today, and I just want to give a big thank you to all the women who serve as volunteers, or they're on staff, or they work in an office, and whatever they do, if they're praying or financially supporting the work of the ministry, you are so important. And I just want to take this moment and give a little shout out to my favorite woman in the ministry, and her name is Cynthia. She's my wife. And I just remember when we first got married, I thought I was the rock star in ministry, but you know what? I was very humbled because when we got married, we actually were part of a church plant, and we were planting this church, and there were no men getting saved, and it was all women. And it was all because, God's grace, but it was Cynthia who was winning all these people to Christ, and the whole church was women and children. And it wasn't until later that the men started coming, and I finally felt good. But it was the only reason the men came was because the women who got saved first, and it was so crazy. So I just think about the women who are doing an amazing job for the kingdom of heaven. So my wife, and then I think about the people, the staff here at Oak Creek Assembly of God. Jane Shadow, she is so amazing. She's doing an amazing job, doing so much logistical behind-the-scenes work. I mean, if it wasn't for her, a lot wouldn't get done. I think about Marge Eidson. I mean, if it wasn't for her, this place would be upside down. I think about Joy Herbst and Pastor Stephanie. I mean, I could just go on and on about all the women that God is using for the work of the ministry. So I just want to thank you for all your service, and remember, women are a very important part of Jesus' team.